Section 2.4 deals with linear functions. So for linear functions, we know that obviously by the term linear functions that the graph looks like a line. And we might see the graph or the equation, sorry, in a couple of forms. A slope-intercept form, which is y equals ax plus b. Now from this slope-intercept form, it's very easy to get the information of what the slope is. So your slope would be this a, and in fact I should change that to, let's say, m, right? We're used to m, not a, and I just put that because of the graphic that I put here. So y equals mx plus b is our form, and again, m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. And you'll notice here, if you got 2 points on the line, this will be your run, and then this will be your rise. So you're basically forming a right triangle, right? And to get the slope, you would divide the rise divided by the run. The other form you might see it is in standard form. Okay, so that means that both variables are on the left side, the x and the y, and a and b and c are not they're not fractions. Okay. So if they give it to you in this form, in standard form, and they're asking you for the slope, then you're gonna have to do some changes to figure out what the slope is. But in this case, if you want to get it from here, the slope m would be equal to negative a divided by b. That would be the slope, because this, whatever this is, whatever value this is, needs to move over to the other side of the equal sign, right? And then this b will divide. So that'll give you the slope if it's given to you in standard form. So let's look at some quick examples. And so real quick, horizontal lines. So equations for horizontal lines are y equals, and then some number, I'll say a, but some examples could be just y equals 3, right? Or y equals negative 2. So basically horizontal lines, remember those lines are going sideways, horizontally, left to right, flat. So if you were to graph it, they go like this. So y equals 3 would be something up here, right? Y equals negative 2 would be somewhere down here. All right. Now vertical lines. And remember that for slope on a horizontal line over here, the slope is equal to 0, right? For vertical lines, the equations will be x equals, some number. So x equals, let's say, 4, or x equals negative 2. So in this case, the line, drawing the line would look like this. Here x does not change, so that means that the lines are vertical, so they go like this. So that would be x equals 4. X equals negative 2 would be somewhere over here. I'm not really drawing it to scale. I'm just more or less where it would be on the left side, right, of the y-axis. All right, so that's vertical and horizontal lines. And in this case, for the vertical lines, slope is undefined. All right, so then if they give you an equation, if they give it to you in slope-intercept form, so for example, let's say something like this, then we should be able to figure out what the slope is and what the y-intercept is very quickly. So in this case, slope is equal to 3, right? And the y-intercept is equal to negative 4. Now if they give it to you in standard form, so let's say something like this, let's make this, let's keep it positive for now. 3y equals 12. And they ask you for the slope. So the slope is going to be equal to, again, negative a divided by b. So what basically is happening is that the 4x needs to move over to the other side to figure out what the slope is, right? Because it's got to look like this, like slope-intercept form. So when it does that, it becomes negative. So that's why I'm saying it's going to become a negative a, right? So you're going to have 3y equals negative 4x, and then you still got that 12 there, right? And then you would have to divide by 3. So this would cancel out. So y equals negative 4/3 x plus 4. So then I would do what I did before on this other question over here. So the slope would be equal to negative 4/3, and b would be equal to 4. Right. Now if you do this, again, 4 is positive here, so it'd be negative 4. And then y is 3, so divided by 3. So that's your slope. Right? So that's a little shortcut that gives you that. For b, for the y-intercept, it's going to be equal to c divided by b. So, and again, standard form was ax plus by equals c. So in this case, c is 12. So it's going to be 12 divided by 4. I'm sorry, by 3. Right? And that means b is equal to 4. Now, a quick example, if let's put some negatives in there somewhere. So for example, let's say we have negative 5x minus 3y. Let's say they were both negative, equals to 15. So what's my slope? Slope is going to be equal to negative a divided by b. So in this case, it's going to be negative, and then a is negative already, so negative 5 divided by negative 3. Right, so on the top, those two negatives become a positive. I'm divided by a negative, so that's my answer. I don't like to put the negatives in the denominator. I usually put them in the numerator, or even here, like out in front. So negative 5/3 is your slope. What is my y-intercept? The y-intercept is going to be c divided by capital B. So that's going to be 15 divided by negative 3. So the answer there is negative 5, and that's your slope. All right, so that should help you for section 2.4. Questions, let me check real quick. Questions 1 through 3. All right, so this is for questions 1, 2, 3.